How are you all doing? And yes, that's right, I am continuing my review little error thingy. So today we're looking at another tier 2 tank, almost on the tier 2s, just a couple more to go until we get to tier 3. So we are going to be starting this video off, well, this review is going to be on the Cruiser 3, which is the tier 2 British light tank. And it is actually a very interesting tank. It has absolutely no armor, a very good gun, okay mobility, and overall, I think it's a very good tank. Now, get one thing straight off. Unless you're in like a tier 2 tank that has horrible penetration, I mean horrible penetration with high explosive, whenever I see these things in the battlefield, I often load high explosive and fire at these little cheeks. You see where my pointer is? Yeah, this is where I fire. Or if you have enough penetration, you go here with high explosive. But yes, I love to fire high explosive at this tank. It's just because it's very lightly armored, like most of the low tier British tanks are. Wouldn't you agree with me, guys? So, anyway, let's go over the stats to show you why I believe this is a pretty good tank. Okay, so first off, it only has one tier 4 gun. I could do also a review on the tier 3 gun, like a video on it, but I don't want to because I like the tier 4 gun, it's better. It has 3 shells in this magazine. It takes 9 seconds to load the magazine and 0.63 seconds per each shot of the magazine, which is actually very good considering what it does. It has average penetration of 49 with armor piercing, 71 with ACPR, and only 12 with high explosive. Average damage of 45. So, yeah, you can rack up quite a bit of damage in this tank. Believe me, I know. And so there's going to be a Raz 9 in this game. But in many of my videos, I've mentioned that I only really like to show you average games with this tank for whatever the tank is I'm reviewing, and that is often the case unless I get a really good result, which is pretty rare for me because I'm just crap. I'll include a normal game and then my really good game because I want to put it up on YouTube for storage because my phone doesn't have the highest amount of storage for all these replays, right? So anyway, it has 1.9 aiming time. So that's actually pretty good. However, it fires faster than it reloads in the magazine, which is pretty typical. So it's not the best tank for sniping. Like I said, it's it's an all right. It's not the slowest tank, but it's also definitely not the fastest tank. It doesn't have the best power to weight ratio, and its turret armor is horrible, as you see right here. And traverse speed is pretty good, like most low tier tanks. 230 meters view range, which is not bad. Um, Traverse speed for the hull, not the turret, is 38, which is it's all right. It's not very good for a British medium tank, but that's typical for British tanks, right, guys? So anyway, on to the actual stats of this tank. Okay, so it has 230 hit points, which is not bad, but not the highest. Um, its maneuverability, I've already gone over this. It's okay. Fire is fine, but I will do a mini review on this gun. So it has a good rate of fire, 15.5 for an average of 45 damage, but it does have a lower rate of fire than this gun, but that's because that gun's an autoloader, right? It has much better penetration on both ACPR and armor piercing, but the same with high explosives, same damage, same loading speed, better depression at 100 meters. But overall, this is the fun gun. This is the gun that you will want to use on this tank. So, because this is a 3-shot autoloader, I like to use 12 rounds of ACPR, 12 rounds with high explosive, and then the rest armor piercing, so 96 armor piercing. And this is a really interesting tank. And so let's get on to the battles to show you how interesting I guess it is. Okay guys, so the first battle is going to be an average game before we get on to the Raz 9. And so it is a tier 3 battle here in Rockfield, well, now it's been remarked, introduced game in patch 2.10, yeah. But this is before that patch, a couple of days, so this map will be much different now. A lot of the strategies that I'm using here you won't be able to do anymore. But Anyway, this is not about Rockfield. This is about the Cruiser 4. Or is it 3? Cruiser 3. I think. Yes. Okay, now that, I've stopped being stupid, let's get on to this average game, shall we? Okay, so I did pop speed boost, try and get over here, and as you can see, it doesn't pick up speed that well. Or it can get some fair speeds when you're at a fast, you know, fast hill or something like that. But so anyway, we're trying to put some sniping shots into these enemy tanks. And, well, that guy dunks his shots. I don't have to worry about that big gun, because I believe that guy is able to mount a 75mm gun, which I believe has pretty good penetration, high explosive. So anyway, I try and put a couple shots here. Two of them look like they make it. Not sure if he's still there, but every shot matters in a situation like this. So, and it doesn't have the worst reload, so I easily get away with doing that. So I move up to this rock to try and take a defensive position, but also at the same time offensive. So anyway, this Panzer II blocks my shot at this Panzer III-8, letting him get away, so that's annoying. This Panzer II comes out, so I'm able to put my full clip into him. One of them bounces, unfortunately. So now he dies. I'm a bit worried that they're going to rush me, but fortunately for me, they're too stupid to rush me because they're new to this game, right? So it seems like I kind of steal that kill, right? So I don't know how that first shot went to the Panzer II-G, but anyway, he was able to return fire with both of his shells since they fire so fast. So that did not help me out. So anyway, there's this M2 medium here, and he's just herpa-derping all the way over there. So anyway, I load ACPR because I don't want to be bouncing off his turret. Because as you see, the last shot did land right on his turret mantle. So that might have bounced with armor-piercing ammo, and I don't want that to happen because I want a lot of damage, right? Okay, so we're looking at this martyr. I'm a little bit worried, but then I realized it's gonna be really hard for him to one-shot me. But then I realized he's AFK, so I don't have to worry at all. So armor piercing back because I don't need a CPR for this tank, especially since he's AFK. So I'm able to ninja that kill. And so that was an average game for this tank. As you can see, it's a very nice tank. If you play it alright, like, it's not a tank to be all the way at the front lines. What I mean by that is you don't want to be super close to the enemies. I don't mean sniping tank because that's not what this tank's good for, but because it has no armor, you cannot have it that close to the enemies. So, well, anyway, that was the average battle, and now let's get on to the superstar battle, if I may. So, anyway, now, here we are in Fort Despair, encounter battle, tier 2 battle this time. See how this guy does in a tier 2 battle. And I could have had a 6-kill game with you before this, guys, but I was stupid and I accidentally erased it off my drive. So, sorry, only a, 2-kill game and a 7-kill game. But that's alright, right? So, this is after 9.10 came out. You can see by the different camouflage that Panzer II is using. I still haven't gotten those missions, so I'm really looking forward to them to be able to unlock those camos because they look sick. Anywho, I come over here to see if I can do some sniping shots. I told you this is not a good sniping tank, but on this map you can't be up in the front, so best to be back here, right? So that BT2 is up there. Thought he was gonna do a spotting run, but he's just new to the game, so he's not very aware of what you have to do in a battle, right? So anyway, I start to push because I realize we're not going to get anything done here because they're obviously not flanking around the west side. So I come around here, try to put some shots on this Panda 35T, but he pulls back. I pull back so the Panzer Jagger cannot get me, and this G28, G26 comes, and I thought this was the gun like the Cruiser 4 uses. It goes duh-duh, but no, it's just an actual normal autoloader, so I waited too long for that. Took unnecessary damage, but I did manage to do 126 damage to him in return, so that is very decent. So I'm coming up here. I'm hoping I can finish off that T26. He's a pretty dangerous target. But then this guy pops out, and I realize he's much more dangerous. So I finish him off. That's the first kill. 1 out of 7. This T26 is intent on staying here and missing all shots. That's fine by me. And then I really don't know how that shot made it, but that was really nice. This Panzer II is coming out here, trying to get some shots in our analyze. Fortunately, he stops right in our line of fire, so we can put some very effective shots into him, taking him down to 83 health, well enough for one clip. So hopefully reload. Can we get him? Doesn't look like it. Yes, we can. Thank you, RNGesus. So I'm thinking maybe we're going to cap now and hopefully make them come to us. But so I come over to this area to see if I can get some shots into them with only turret showing. But then I realized I can be out of the cap. But the T-18 leaves the cap, so I realized I might as well then, because we're not going to cap then. I donk all my shots in that hag go, which is not very good, but it's fine. It didn't really hurt us. Load ACPR, I don't want to bounce off this guy. Please let me kill him. Yes. Some of these kills, I don't know how that happens. Almost looks like it messed it up and put my kill instead of theirs, but I know it wouldn't do that. So it's like I'm hitting them like a second before or a second after they hit it, guaranteeing me the kill. So that is very, very nice indeed. A nice change, because my luck with RNG has not been the best recently, but it looks like it's turning around. So anyway, this 38T comes along. He's on fire, but he dies with fire, so I don't actually have to put another shot into him. But I do, and I missed them anyway, so well, I'm trying to put some shots in this hag go now, and thankfully my team put a shot into him, making him very low in health. An easy one shot for me. So now I'm coming around, and I did not realize that I was at 6 kills until now, and the adrenaline just started pumping right now, and I'm like, oh my god, can I get another Razor-9? So I'm firing high explosive with this guy, because I know how weak his armor is. I get 7 kills. Now, I would not be able to get that 7 kills if I was firing armor piercing or ACPR because of the low damage. That's something you have to really get used to on the battlefield, what kinds of ammunition to load. In low tiers, it's can I penetrate the guy or not, ACPR versus armor piercing versus heat armor piercing versus premium armor piercing. But that's not really the skillful thing, because if you can't penetrate the tank, it's all outlined in red, right? It's high explosive. You need to know, okay, that's a tier 2 British tank destroyer. I can penetrate easily with high explosive. I'm going to do that. So excuse me, I just took a screenshot of all my masteries. So anyway, I know I was talking very quick in that review, but I really wanted to get you guys this out, and I was really excited about this video. So please leave a dislike if you didn't like it, possibly a like if you did, and maybe even a subscription to the channel. It does really help the channel out. Thank you so much, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you next time, alright? Adios.